Hey there, Taurus Sun, Taurus Moon, Taurus Rising. It's Maggie. Welcome to Moonlit Waters. Today we're going to do some channeled messages for you for June and July for like next 6 to 8 weeks is what Spirit's telling me. And then we'll do the 9-card spread and see where that takes us. I went for a walk in the woods and they were showing me different totems, different things, and they were giving me messages. And wow, you got a boatload too. Poor Virgo's gonna feel ripped off. They only got one. All right. So, what do you have going on here? Oh. Okay. Oh. Okay. All right. So I'll take you through my walk in the woods where it relates to you. So the first thing I saw before I even got into the woods was first I saw a pair of robins that were definitely looking for a place to build a home. So they were checking out actually the flower pot on my balcony, and I'm like, no, not there. No, not there. So they came back to check it out again, but I was sitting out there and they decided that wasn't the right spot. So they flew off, but they were definitely a pair and they were definitely trying to figure out where to build a nest. And so I feel like there is this moving energy of where do I fit in, where do I belong, where do I want to go next. So we have the pair of robins for you. Then we also have the clover. And so there was so much clover and all, so clover, and it was in bloom. So of course that's good luck. That is just good luck. I felt as I was walking through all the clover, I felt like I actually heard rolling in the clover was what I heard. And so there's like situations are going to start unfolding for you. So if something's like this is not the right thing, well, that's okay because it's not the right thing, and the right thing is like this over here. And so I feel like you'll be directed and moved in a direction that you're supposed to go, and you should be able to easily get to where it is that you are trying to where you truly in your heart space want to be. I do want to warn you that you had the mini rapids. And there was there was a bend, and then there's all these rapids, and there were obstacles, and there were shallow parts, and so it's chatty, it's very busy, very fast moving, lots of changes happening, lots of things that have to be overcome, lots of you're gonna have to stay light on your feet is what I'm hearing. Stay light on your feet, which has nothing to do with water. Okay, so for you, it's not about emotional energy so much. There's a little bit of that, but mostly it's about how quick, how fast paced. Because now what I'm seeing is it's the steeplechase. In track, the gun shoots off and you start running and you have to go over obstacles at different heights and of course trying to get through the obstacle course as fast as you can without tipping over the things is how you win, right? And so there's but it was mini rapids. There weren't a lot of them, but it was babbling, it was noisy, it was loud. It's the loudest part of the walk as far as the river goes. And so there's some of that. And then I came around the corner and the side of the walk just opened up. There was a lot of sunlight there, and there were all these blue flowers, and I was looking and I'm like, oh my god. And I wanted to get down in there, but there was a lot of poison ivy. It's poison ivy season. So I waited until I got around to another part of the path and I backtracked, so it took me down into the dip, and it was a field of so many forget-me-nots. So forget-me-nots are really interesting. They're perennials, but they only bloom every 2 years. So for having so many in blossom that means there's twice as many plants there than you have blooms. They're beautiful little blue flowers with a yellow center. And so the blue flowers is that's throat chakra energy. They're almost bluish purple. So it's being in touch with your intuition and your own personal truth. And knowing that the center is the solar plexus. It's the energy of self-confidence. It's in knowing what you want, and like the water that's flowing rapidly, you have to intuitively know when to take off and which foot to take off on in order to clear the obstacles. And so there's this energy of using your intuition with confidence to get to where it is you want to go. And forget-me-nots are also obviously about Okay. Paying attention to the details. They're very small flowers. So don't miss the small details. And there's going to be a lot of them because there were so many flowers. They're also about memories. They're about the memories. Don't forget the people in your life that matter to you. Okay. Then you had the kinglets. Now, the kinglets are these really super tiny little birds. And we have like 6 or 8 of them that I've seen in the woods, and usually you don't see them. You see them, I saw them in the winter because they have to move constantly, especially in the winter, so that they don't die. So they are constantly in motion to keep their metabolism up so that they can stay warm. But they have the sweetest song, just beautiful sounding, but they wear a crown. These are golden kinglets that we have, and they have a little crown, and it's yellow. And so again, that yellow, that solar plexus, I want to tell you to put your crown on. Put your crown on. Act with confidence, but you're going to have to keep moving. Okay, so you have the kinglets that are fast moving. You have the babbling brook with the obstacles in it. That's a very quick moving water right there. And so there's a need to keep moving. And also with the water that's moving so quickly, it's about not hanging on to the negative emotions and allowing that to just slip away, and paying attention to the details. And then the last thing that happened, I didn't go as far as I usually go into the woods, because as I was coming around the bend on one part, I heard a buck that was snorting. I don't know if you've ever been chased by a deer before. I have, and it's not a fun experience. I was fortunate that I was really close to my house when it happened, and I barely got in the door before the deer hit the door. It's like, oh my God. And he hit it with a lot of power and force. And so, and he was a small one. So I hear this deer snorting, and I'm like, I'm going home now. So I couldn't see it, but I could feel it being very territorial and staking its claim. And I stood there for a second, and I thought, do I go forward or do I go back? Do I just stand here and wait it out? And I decided that a retreat was in my best interest. And so I feel like when that happened, I thought, whoever gets this card, that there will be a situation that comes up where someone's being very aggressive, nasty, very territorial. You may not even know exactly who they are. I couldn't see it. I could hear it. And so walking away may be the only way to handle that situation. Like, there's times where you stand your ground, and there's times where you think, I don't know what your issue is. I really don't. But it's clearly your issue, and I don't have time to deal with it because I'm moving quickly. I'm overcoming obstacles. I'm not going to stand here and get into a fight over something that it's not worth the effort. It's not worth the effort. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the, oh, well, that is super interesting. Into the 9-card spread. I have a new deck here. It's the Celtic Lenormand deck. Hopefully, I went and I got the book because I had, oh. Okay, your overall energy though is the sunshine, and I want you to notice this sunshine has a sandy beach and it has waters, and so this is about emotional stability and being grounded. Like, it's a lot of good stuff. Let's get into the cards. Okay, so you have 2 in the area where you're trying to figure out information, and you have 2 on the outcome card. So what's interesting, this is past, present, future, thoughts, feelings, actions. I will clarify, this is the key to the situation, but these 2 came flying out, and they flipped in the upright position. This deck has more than one man and woman in here, and you have both. You have both the male and the female that came out. Okay? I want you to notice they're both armed. They are looking in the same direction, though. They're not looking at each other. I feel like there's a situation where you're feeling the need to protect yourself. She has a spear. He has, I guess, an axe. It's got a weird handle on the end of it. She looks more relaxed, like she's feeling like she's standing in her authority. I got this. This guy looks a little more wary, like he is on the guard and he's moving forward, like he's getting ready to take some action. But as I said, they're both looking in the same direction. So I don't know if this is an armed conflict between two individuals, but I do feel that the divine feminine energy is feeling very secure, and in authority, and the divine masculine energy. So this is the receptivity, and this is the I'm not sure what action to take, and so I'm standing here and I'm being very guarded and protected. And so there's one that has the willpower is like, I'm not sure. It feels very, gosh, defensive. Thank you. This feels defensive. This feels confident. Okay, key to the situation here. So we have, this is the garden, this is the community, but to me, when I look at this, all I see is abundance. It's harvest time, lots of effort in some kind of a community, and it's time to harvest that energy. So either you have poured a lot of time and energy into a situation, and now it's got your back, it's there for you, you're getting what you need from it, or it's time to harvest and move forward. So let's just see what the other cards are. I want to just open this up and take a look at all the cards. Okay, oh, so this is interesting because this deck has apparently 2 snakes in it. I just got the deck, so I haven't had a chance to get into it. And the one snake is a transformational snake. That is not the one you got. So in the area of the coffin of transforming a situation, you have the viperous snake, the one that's coming after you. Okay, so there is a situation, again, that's that snorting buck, where there's something that's coming for you, and maybe the best thing to do is to move out of the way, to be guarded, and to stand in your own personal authority, and know that with confidence that this is a situation that that might be best to walk away from. So snakes are about transformation, but it's in the area of the coffin. And so the coffin is about the death, the end of. Oftentimes in Lenormand, they talk about the snake being a woman, which irritates the crap out of me. I feel like this is very patriarchal. And so I don't really like that connotation. Instead, I think it could be the energy. So because I don't like it, it's not what I use it. So it's not how spirit brings it to me. Okay. So when I see a snake, that means there is somebody somewhere who's been sneaky, who you may not see. You accidentally step on their tail and they bite you. So watch your step. Pay attention to the small details, like the forget-me-nots, right? And the rapids. Things are moving very quickly, and I think there's a need to be moving forward, understanding that not everybody is on your side, is what it feels like. Here in the area of what you're thinking about in the future, we actually have, it looks like an Ace of Pentacles to me, right? It's got the big old stone, and there's some deck where that shaped that way, but it's actually the paths. It's the opportunity to move in 2 different directions. Which way are you going to go? You're trying to decide which way you're going to move and how you're going to handle it. Well, this is so lovely. Okay, so you've been trying to figure this out, because in the area where you have the anxiety, we have this ship. The ship is moving quickly. Changes are happening rapidly. You're a little anxious about how quickly they're happening. No wonder you're standing here feeling guarded. And there's a good reason to, because there are obstacles that need to be, like the steeplechase, gone over without tipping it. So like getting around the snakes and the den of vipers is what I'm hearing. Holy cow. So I don't know that this is just one entity or different people, but it feels like it feels fraught with danger. You're very guarded here, and then you have the snake coming right behind it. But there's an opportunity to pick a path, and this choice has been something that has had you concerned, and it may have to do with the home, because in the area of obstacles we have the home. So it could be your significant other. It could be your parents, and do they need your help? It could be with all the financial stuff that's been going on around here. Have you been having to make choice of how to guard your home, because these are both standing in front of a home. I mean, you can see it's the same place. Standing watch, standing guard. So is there something going on around the home, and so maybe you need to move, you need to make a quick move. And I do say quick move because in the area of the rider, which is already moving quick, we have the scythe, and the scythe is about quickly moving. It's about quickly harvesting, right? Quickly harvesting something from a community and moving forward. And then in the area of the heart space, we have the transformation. This is the other snake. This is the one that's shedding its skin. And if you'll notice in the background, we have this new moon eclipse happening, which would be June 10th. And again, the castle, the home. And so there is a transformation for many of you around what feels like home. It could be the people that are in the home. It could be that you're actually relocating. It could be that there is a situation around the home that needs your attention. Like something has to be handled, it has to be handled quickly. It could be that there was, oh gosh, okay, the water's really attracting me right now. We have water here. Maybe there's need to do some kind of home repair around issues with water. It needs to be done quickly. Whatever is going to happen at this point, hesitancy, the time for transformation, it's now. It's time to make the move now, whatever it is. But what I really love is that you got Clover in the outcome, which you also got, right? Didn't you get that here? I've done a couple readings today, so now I'm losing track. Yep, you have the Clover. Okay, so we have the Clover and we have the owls. And the owls, it's wisdom. It's the birds. The birds are about a community. And so I feel like this is about who's your tribe and who helps you to understand what it is that you need. Where can you find the answers? And you're going to be lucky to find the wise people that will help you to find the answers that you need. So maybe, for instance, the quick move is to a new job, okay, which might cause a home relocation situation, right? You will find the right mentors. You will be lucky and you will find the right mentors to teach you. Maybe you decide in between two colleges to go to. You will find the right teachers to help you when you get there, the right resident assistant. You'll fall in the right group. There's a transformation here that's happening at this choice point, this move, this directional thing that's happening here. But when I see what really to me looks like the Ace of Pentacles, and there's all kinds of Celtic writing on it, spiritual, lots of the spiral, which is about spiraling up. It's about elevating. And it's in the area of fish, which is the abundance. And so I feel like when you decide, So you know what's interesting? You didn't get it, but when I was walking in the woods today, there's a point where you can go this way or that way, and it looks an awful lot like this when the path diverges. But on the other side, they come back together. And so it doesn't matter which way you go. You just have one's a more scenic route than the other, in my opinion. One's a little shorter, and the other one meanders around a little. And so there's kind of a need to be willing to just go into the unknown and take the chance. But whenever we get off our path, there's no wrong way to go. There's just different lessons along the way, and Spirit always nudges you back onto the path. Always. So you have healing the past. I step into my future with strength and clarity. this quick decision, this choice you're making, follow your intuition. You will know what to do. I really believe if you listen to your heart on this, you're going to know what to do. We have embraced the future. I step into the future with an open heart, okay? I step into my future with strength and clarity. I step into my future with an open heart and launching a journey. I am the intrepid traveler sailing forth into the universe. You're on the move. Whatever this was, this move, this decision, this change that you were so anxious about, the decision to happen is going to happen quickly. So were you looking for a job, and then you've been looking and searching, and all of a sudden you get the call and they're like, hey, so we want to hire you. Can you be here next week? And you're like, oh my gosh. All the small details. Don't forget the forget-me-nots. All the obstacles that you have to overcome. You have to, stop your mail, change your address. Maybe you got to pack something up. Maybe you're just packing up your office and moving to another place, but maybe you're actually packing up your home and moving. Like, it feels like it's like, oh my gosh, now it's go time. Like, it's been this, I've been waiting. I've been wondering, are we going? I've been guarded. I've been trying to find out what needs to happen. It's felt very difficult, this transformation, and then all of a sudden, hey, gotta go, now's the time. So whatever this move is, it could be, if this is two people that have been fighting and you're like, I don't know if this marriage can hold together. All of a sudden the decision is like, nope, this isn't working, I'm cutting it out, I'm out of here, and you're gonna land on your feet. I just want you to know that whatever the decision is that you make, you can't get off path. You will be nudged in the right direction, and I feel like you should just go. Whatever this thing is that you've been hesitating about, it is go time. Clearly. You have 3 cards, and they're all like, hey, step into the future. Healing the past. I'm seeing the little rapids again. So again, some of the water was shallow, but it's about releasing and letting go of, oh, and there was a big bend, and so you can't, the bend was in the past, and so you've rounded the corner. What was in the past was in the past, and perception. Okay, perception. What about perception? Seeing into the dark. Not everything. Oh, okay. The way you view how things went down. Okay, so all right, hold on. Now they're showing me the traffic signal. Okay, so all right. So say you're at a corner and there's an accident right here. The person standing here has one view, the person here one, the person here one, the person here one. And so when the police officers go around, hey, did you see the accident? They're like, yes, but all they can do is tell you what they saw from their vantage point. And there's something about your past that you see only from your vantage point. And you're being asked to see how the owls are looking in 3 different directions. See with wisdom that there may be another perspective to the situation, and that you may not have all the information. And again, we've got this new moon eclipsey looking thing in the background there, and this new moon eclipse in Gemini, the way it is set up with some of the other planetary interactions that it's having, is going to be a big truth revealer. And so you're going to figure out a lot of things. And so you have more owls coming out here. So we have the loyal heart. These 2 owls are looking at each other. Which is not the same as that. And you have a change in the wind. So yes, you're definitely, things are shifting and changing. No kidding, right? It's like adjust your sails. There's a change in the wind. The loyal heart asks you to find your tribe, right? To find who, that almost sounds like a joke. Who's on your side? Who's always been on your side? Who do you trust? Start with trust in yourself, because there are snakes underfoot. Who is loyal and who's a snake? So if you are starting a new job, be careful. Somebody might come up to you with a little false mask of friendship, and they're just looking for the opportunity to find something to trip you up with. Looking for that moment to strike. Pay attention to the small details. Be confident, but pay attention. You have the dove. Feel and allow a deeper sense of peace to fill you now. This is a divine quality. Don't be the snorting buck. Be willing to walk away from those people who are being territorial and deadly, I just heard. Be willing to walk away from situations that are hazardous to your personal well-being, peace of mind, in some cases actual safety, and so be willing to cut your losses and move forward. You're going to land in the clover with a lot of wisdom and knowledge and the ability to determine who is truly on your side. So pay attention. You're moving into the future. Don't stay in the past. It's time to let go. And Taurus. Oh, okay, Taurus. We have this eclipse season, and then when we get to Scorpio season, we have an eclipse that happens. Is it in Taurus? I think it's in Taurus. It might be in Scorpio, but the North Node starts moving into, the North Node moves into Taurus. And so the reason you're launching a new journey is because the North Node is moving into your sign. And so you are moving into the future. You are going to be going into a new direction that is better for you. But you have to be willing to let go of the things that don't work for you anymore in order to allow that to happen. So, full moon in Taurus is an eclipse that happens in November 19th. So that's where you should really, over the next 6 months, using this new moon eclipse in Gemini that's happening on the 10th of June, allowing that energy to help you to sort through, to overcome the obstacles, to be willing to stay in the shallows of the emotions. That means let them go, let them flow through you. Don't cling on to those, and be willing to take a look around so that you can. It's a process. So you're launching the journey, but by the time we get to November, the North Node is like the North Star. It's where you're following, you're being led. So allow yourself to be ready. And so you're stepping into the future, healing and releasing the negativity of the past, allowing yourself to go through this transformational process here. It looks really beautiful. I'm really super excited for you. Oh, almost forgot the last card. I was so caught up in that whole eclipse thing. Okay, so you have the dove, and then you have peace. Friends and family and those who care, peace is yours today to share. So avoid the snorting of bucks. It's not worth the fight. Stay grounded, stay centered, find your peace, find the tribe that's loyal, and you'll be doing great. Okay? I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.